bonus, and I'm not even gonna make you pay for this. How many Grace Dale consultants do we have? Woo! Okay, I want you guys to think about doing a scarf party, because I just started doing these. They're super fun. Scarves are like all the rage. Get on YouTube, watch fun ways to tie scarves. Get 5 or 6 scarves on hand with you. Take them to a party, and just play with the scarves with people. Teach them new ways to tie it, because if they know 20 ways to wear a scarf, they know they can wear it every single day a different way, they're gonna buy lots of them. So keep that in mind. Again, that's a bonus. You don't know. Okay. All right. I love Grace Adele. I'm excited that I get to follow up Grace Adele. It's been wonderful for my business. So let me start by asking, who wants to make money this month with your Scentsy family business? That's it. There's 600 of you. Who wants to make money this month? Much better. Now, who wants to make even more money next month? Okay. Who wants to double or triple that next year and the year after that? Excellent. Well, I'm going to tell you how to do that without actually selling more products than you're selling right now. And you can do that through the power of recruiting and sponsoring. That's how you can grow that paycheck. So I'm really passionate about the power of recruiting. I'm actually now able to be a stay-at-home mom, not because I sell Scentsy products, but because I've recruited and I've built a team. My sales alone would not have replaced my teacher salary, which is what I was in the prior life, pre-Scentsy. So just selling the product would not have gotten me that paycheck that I needed to quit that job, but building a team definitely has. So my sales have really stayed pretty consistent, an average of about 1,000 PRV a month. That's without a big event. So I'm not selling like crazy, but I'm selling enough to stay consistent and to stay out there doing parties. Now, what makes me different from the casual seller in the Scentsy family is that I recruit. Now, the thing is, I'm not an amazing superstar recruiter. I'm not one of those that has the internet links that are getting like 20 recruits a month. I average 2 recruits a month. That's it, not 10, 20, like some people do, 2 recruits a month. And that's all it takes to consistently build your business. Just be consistent and slow and steady with that recruiting. So the 2 recruits a month have definitely changed my business. Now, the consistent sponsoring that I've done has helped me to earn the annual Mentor Award 2 years in a row, and it's helped me grow my Scentsy business to a group of 500 people. So that's really exciting. It is really exciting. And not only that, like I said, it's helped me to quit a full-time teaching career. I love teaching, but I wasn't able to be the kind of mom I wanted to be. With this business, I can focus on my family and not my job. It has helped me earn some amazing vacations that I never would have been able to go on. A teacher's salary would not have taken my family of 4 to Disney World, taken me and my husband on an amazing romantic vacation to Dominican Republic, on top of all the amazing leadership trips. And what I'm most recently really proud of is because of my Scentsy business, I have been able to travel back and forth to Haiti a couple times and work in orphan care in that devastated country. So I'm really excited for what Scentsy is going to do. So I want to break it down for you and help you to know how recruiting can change your business. And I'm going to do this with sharing a couple steps with you. Let's see. There we go. So we're going to talk about how to recruit new consultants. Then we're going to talk about how generosity in recruiting is going to come back to you. And then we're going to talk about how you can sponsor and not just recruit. Because there definitely is a difference in sponsoring and recruiting. And I hope none of you recruit. I want you to sponsor new consultants. And we'll talk about the difference between those 2 things in a moment. But first, let's talk about who makes a good recruit. So there definitely are some key factors that you should look for in a new recruit. So I'm going to start by talking about a home party. When I do a home party, the first person I look to as far as a recruit is my hostess. She has all the key factors that I want in a good recruit. Number 1, she's already loving the product. It doesn't matter if it's Scentsy, Volata, or Grace Adele. She already loves the product. She loves it enough to host the party. And she wants the stuff at a discount. A lot of us joined for that exact reason. We wanted the stuff at a discount. So your hostess has already got that quality. She's willing to have a party. You have to want to have your own party before you do parties for someone else. So she's got that quality. She's got the best qualities that you can look for. Now there's also someone else that you can look for at a home party, and that's the person that is selling all the product to everyone else. You know the one, they're at the party. If someone is smelling beach, they say, oh, you've got to try ocean, you've got to try Mediterranean spa, which I'm really sad about because personal note there. So look for that person that is selling the product for you. Obviously, they know how to sell this stuff, so why aren't they making their own money doing it? So look to those people. Now, if you're doing a large event or a craft fair, there's definitely some keys to look for. Again, you want to look for that one customer that is selling to all her friends. Easy to spot. They walk right up to your booth, and they're telling their friends what they need to buy. I'm really good at spending other people's money, not just in this business, but when I'm shopping with my friends. I love to go shopping with my mom because I'm really good at telling her what she should buy because it's not my money. So look for those people at an event. Look for those people that are selling your product for you. They're definitely a great recruit. Also, look for that person that already knows about every single thing on your display table. They know the names of all the warmers. They know the names of all the scents. This is an addict, and they might as well feed their habit with their own business. Why not? So these are the things to look for. Now, I told you a couple really good things to look for. Notice I didn't tell you anything not to look for, because I don't want you to rule out anyone as a possible recruit, a possible consultant. So I have a really good illustration of this story. I was in Big Lots. I'm a big discount shopper, so I like stores like that. I was in Big Lots, for those of you who don't know what that is. It's a discount store. And I ran across someone that I used to teach with, and she was actually working nights at Big Lots. So of course I'm going ding, ding, ding. She could be setting her own hours, not having to work here, wearing that gorgeous orange shirt. So I started talking to her about, it was just Scentsy at the time when I was talking to her. So I was showing her the Scentsy catalog, talking about all these wonderful products. I knew she had a warmer in her office because I had already sold it to her. So we're talking about this and how it might be a great business for her so she could set her own hours. And all of a sudden I hear this really deep voice coming from behind me. Hey, what are you guys doing? And I thought, oh crap, I just got her in trouble. So I turned to the very large, burly man that is obviously her boss, and I said, oh, I'm so sorry to keep her. She can get back to work. I'll just give her this catalog and let her get on her way. He said, hey, wait a minute. Is that those warmer things? And I said, yes. And he goes, oh, I love those. I'm like, you're kidding me, right? So, lo and behold, I walked out of Big Lots with like a $50 order from Smokey. Really, I'm not kidding you, that was his name. So I walked out of Big Lots with a $50 order. Went to deliver it to him a couple weeks later. He said, hey, you got some more catalogs? My roommate really likes this stuff. And I said, okay. Actually, it was a female roommate, so that was funny. I didn't know. Okay. But, so he takes the catalog to his roommate. His roommate calls me and books a basket party. She's this very petite, shy, quiet, totally not like me person. So I think, okay, well, she can get me some orders. And she did. She turned over a $400 basket party. And I was really excited. She got her free stuff. She was excited. Next catalog, I call her back up. She books another basket party, another $400 party. So like 4 catalogs go by, and she's done 4 basket parties for me. And all of a sudden, she asks me, hey, how can I sell this stuff? Why didn't I think to ask her to sell it? She had 4 parties for me. Are you kidding me? But she wasn't like me. So I had never thought of her as a recruit. Now, obviously, I've changed my thinking now, but she has signed up. She has been a consistent seller. She's a great member of our team, and I'm excited to have Sarah on the team. So, use that as a key example of don't rule anyone out. I definitely would never have guessed Smokey to be a great customer of mine, and I never pictured his roommate Sarah to be a great recruit. So never count anyone out. So now that you know who to recruit, you need to know how to recruit them. So I have one really big piece of advice for you, a huge piece of advice. Get ready to write this down. Key moment here. Write the word tiny, T-I-N-Y. That stands for their interests, not yours. Because you see, no one's going to join this business because of why you joined, or because why you want them to join, because you want that incentive trip, or you want the annual mentor award. They're not going to sign up because of that. They're going to sign up because of what the business can do for them and how the business can change their lives. So how do you find this out? You have to talk to them. You have to get to know them. You need to ask open-ended questions. Ask a lot about them. Now this is really hard because we like to talk about ourselves. I love to talk about Scentsy and how I got to quit a job and go on these vacations and stuff. But like I said, they're not going to join because of what it's done for me. I need to find out why they need it. Now, if I find out that they haven't had a vacation in 10 years, can I use my example to get them to join? Absolutely. But I've learned that if that's their interest, they're interested in a vacation. So you need to figure out what the key is for them. And it's going to be different for every single person. So just keep in mind, their interest, not yours. They're not going to join because of what it's done for you, but they're going to join because of the opportunity that the Scentsy family offers them. Now let's talk about generosity. Maybe. All right. There we go. All right, so let's talk about generosity. Now, we all know that generosity is one of the key factors of the Scentsy family business, but how can you take this principle and fit it into your individual business? In particular, into sponsoring, because if you think about sponsoring, it's building your team, but you can definitely give back to others. So you can do this in 3 ways, by being generous with your sales, generous with your time, and generous with your praise. Now, we talked a little bit earlier about recruiting your hostess, but this is a huge way that you can build your business and be generous at the same time. So if I have a great party, if I have a hostess that's done an awesome job, you better believe I'm going to try to recruit her. And I'm going to give her the option of recruiting that very night of her party because I'm going to let her have that party if she signs up that night. Now, is that hard to give away all those sales? Of course it is. This is my full-time job. I have nothing else bringing in money. I need that PRV. But I also know that if I give it to her up front, that it's going to come back to me in the long run. So definitely consider giving that first party that the hostess has had as her launch party, in a sense. So good parties can recoup expense. Just so you don't have to do the figuring, if you're doing a Scentsy fragrance party or a Velada party, a $600 party would bring back the commission to cover for the startup kit. And if you're doing Grace Adele, a $1,000 party can bring back the expense of the startup kit. And for those of you who don't do Grace Adele, don't cringe at a $1,000 party because I've had quite a few of them. These products are more expensive than Scentsy fragrance products. And let me tell you, women have no fear in spending if they're going to look good. So keep that in mind. $1,000 parties are not unheard of in Grace Adele. I've had a couple of them. So that's definitely a recruit just waiting to happen. So now that you have them on your team, let's talk about how you can be generous with your time. And I want you to think of it this way. If they're on your team, they're helping pay your paycheck, so they deserve your time, whatever that might be. I want you to really pay attention to what their needs are. Let me make sure I'm not missing out on anything here. So they are essentially working for you. No, they are not your employee. They have their own business, but they are building your paycheck. So you need to find out what your time looks like to them. What do they want from you? And it's different for every recruit. I have some people that want me to call them all the time and check on them. They just need that constant reassurance that we're doing good. I have others that really don't want to hear from me, and I'm okay with that. I'm going to send newsletters out to my entire team to give them kudos, to give them job well done. And it doesn't have to be anything spectacular and fabulous. It's just an email with the top maybe 5 or 10 sellers on your team, the top recruiters, just to let them know that their efforts are not going unrecognized. Just take some time to grow your team. Now this also fits in with be generous with your praise. You see that down at the bottom. And that goes a lot hand in hand with the newsletter. Make sure that you're recognizing those people that are working hard for you. Let me tell you that you do not have to spend tons of money on these huge incentives. Just throw that out of your mind. I know a lot of directors do that, and you just don't have to. People, yes, it's nice to get the freebies, but they don't need that. They just need to hear you say, wow, I saw what you did, and you did a really good job. So words are worth so much. A $5 Starbucks card can go a long way, let me tell you. It's just noticing that they've done something worth praise. Also, you'll see down at the bottom it says, cards equal gold. Don't we love to receive something in the mail that is not a bill? It's so much fun to open the mailbox and see a handwritten card. That's so exciting. And it doesn't have to be this eloquent, huge essay on what an amazing person they are. All it has to say is, wow, you did awesome this month and I noticed you. That's what we want. We want to be noticed. So notice the people on your team. Be generous in giving away those sales. Be generous with your time, and also be generous with your praise. So now let's talk about the difference in sponsoring and recruiting. So let me tell you, I was recruited. I actually hosted a Scentsy fragrance party 4 years ago while I was still teaching. I borrowed someone's testers. I put them in the lounge. A week later, I had $600 in orders. I had not heard from her during that week. I read the catalog, I read the back, I knew how much it cost to join, and I was a teacher, so I knew how to do math, and I knew that I would get my money back, and so I called her up and I said, hey, I'm ready to close my party, but I'm going to sign up and take all these orders so you can come get your testers. I'm sure she loved me. She's no longer selling Scentsy, by the way. So anyway, I recruited myself. I had no help along the way. Now I say that, but I did find people further up the ladder, and I sought out their help. So that being said, if you feel like you're kind of out there in the middle of nowhere, this is a family. There's a reason it's called Scentsy Family, and ask people for help. I love to help people. I don't care if they're on my team or not. I love to help people be successful. It's changed my life, and if I didn't have people that adopted me along the way, I wouldn't be standing right here today. So think about that. If you have someone come ask you for help if they're not on your team, it's not about growing your team, it's about helping. Oh, that was a little side tangent. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's talk about sponsoring and how to sponsor and not just recruit. So the first thing you need to remember when you are sponsoring actually happens before they ever sign up. And it's when you're talking to them about the business, when you're trying to recruit them. You need to find out, again, what are they looking for? What do they need? What fears do they have? Because you know people have fears about this business. You have them yourself. What if I'm not successful? What if I don't sell? I don't have enough friends. I can't stand in front of people. I've heard them all. So you need to find out what their fear is so you can guide them through getting through that fear. So before they ever sign up, you're already sponsoring them by just having simple conversations with them and helping them to feel more at ease. So when they do sign up, you need to help them with their launch party. Encourage them to have a launch party. And the launch party isn't just the actual party. It's telling them how to do their own hostess coaching. Who do you invite? How do you invite them? How do you get the sales before the party? So all the things that you would normally do with a hostess, you need to do with this new recruit. You also need to go, and I actually tell my new recruits, you know, I don't even need your starter kit for your party because I want you to see how I organize my stuff. I want you to see how simple it is for me to pull it out of the bag and to set it up. I want them to see that I'm not bringing the kitchen sink with me, and they don't need all of that. So I'm bringing in all my stuff, I'm setting up the party, and I ask them, do you want me to actually lead the party, or do you want to give it a try and I can just be there for assistance? So again, that's whatever it is for them. This is going to look different for every single person. Most of the time I do the little 10-minute spiel or whatever, but I've had a couple that wanted to try it themselves, so that's great. Now it doesn't end there at the party. You need to show them how to put in their orders. You need to walk them through the workstation. I do about a 10 or 15-minute walkthrough. I'm not showing them every single thing. I just want to show them each tab. And I want them to take the time at their leisure to really dig through the workstation. But I'm at least going to give them a heads up as to what parts are really important, in my opinion, on the workstation. So help them close out those orders at the party. Help them know how this product is going to come to them and that they need to inventory everything that's in the box. How do they package it up? How do they make it look like a pretty gift for everyone that's receiving an order at the party? What's the most affordable way to do this? Which, in my opinion, is use the plastic bags that come in your order and then tie a tulle bow on it. You can get tulle in rolls at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, usually in the wedding section. It's super cheap, and it makes it look beautiful, and it's super easy. So you don't want to just hand them their stuff. You want to present it to them as a gift, and I'm sure we're going to hear more about that from Amanda in a moment. So just basically walk them through every single part of this business. That is all sponsoring is. Sponsoring isn't hard. It's just thinking about what help would you, or what help did you need when you first started. Let them know that you're there for them. Tell them what is the best way to get a hold of you. I tell people that I don't always answer my phone. My family is my priority. That's why I'm doing this business. So if I'm playing with the kids, I'm not going to answer my phone. My team knows that text is probably the best way to reach me, or Facebook message, and I'll get back with them in 24 hours. But also that kind of pushes them to find the answer on their own. Because I really think if you find the answer on your own, that you're going to remember it, but they also know that I'm there to help them along the way. So just tell your team what's the best way to get a hold of you, and what is the best way that you can help them. Okay, so now we've already discussed how to recruit new consultants, how to be generous and how that'll come back to you, and how to sponsor and not just recruit. So I talked earlier about how much money you can make by sponsoring and by building a team, and I know that sounds really selfish, but it's not just about the money. Money is great to help pay your bills. Obviously, if I was going to quit teaching, I needed to make money, but it's not all about the money. It's about living your dream life. Take a minute to really picture your dream life in your mind. What does it look like? And don't hold yourself back on anything. How would you live the life of your dreams? Do you dream of being out of debt? Do you dream of a nicer house? Do you dream of taking your family on a vacation to Disney World? Do you dream of having extra money so you can give it to some family members in need or some friends in need? What does this dream life look like for you? No matter what your dream is, building a career in the Scentsy family can help you achieve your dream life. And everyone has dreams just like you. Do you want to deny someone else their dream? Don't ever hesitate to talk to someone about this business, because that might be what you're doing, denying them of their dream. Don't ever hesitate to talk about the Scentsy family business. This is an opportunity that could change someone's life. You might just be standing in front of the next superstar director. You don't know who that is. You might be standing in front of one of the next Grace Adele trendsetters. A simple conversation just might change their life, really. So I want to give you a challenge. On our next break, or at the end of this evening, I want you to think of 3 people that you've had conversations with about this business, or maybe you haven't even gotten that far, but you know 3 people that need to change their life. I want you to write down those names right now so you don't forget who they are. Write down 3 names right now. And on the next break, or at the end of the evening, I want you to call these people. You don't have to have a long, drawn-out conversation with them. You just need to call them and be excited of how Scentsy Family is going to change your life and how it can change their life too. Call them. You might give them the life of their dreams. Thank you so much.